Some good rounds this week with Felipe. No Ed this week, but we got Matt joining us on a Saturday morning. He'll probably be with us in the future. Maybe we'll get two people going at once. You can kind of see. That was the first successful takedown of the day. So some things that I'm going to be working on is not trying to change my levels too far to get to your leg and then attacking judo throws. And then the passing, I think you got a lot of the half guard passing that I figured out. Was going for a little toe hold here, but didn't really develop. I might have been able to go really hard on it, but just some excellent guard recovery here, making sure that bottom leg is free. I'm going for torso grips and trying to pass your guard, eventually settle into kind of a body lock. Probably should have pressed the advantage here, but you're able to get into this really nice close guard, which is a great response to the body lock. I have to kind of train strategies. The toe hold was here. Of course, just be careful. There's some leverage on that one. I had it pretty deep into the elbow. And then just a really awesome triangle. Just awesome work. So a really nice takedown from you here today. I think what worked was that conversion of that collar tie into a heavy overhook and then collapsing my posture to the side using that pressure. Really awesome takedown and then some slick guard passing here. Really, the only thing that saved me here was the Professor Ed technique of that deep shoulder into your thigh and then engaging in wrestling. But then, for some reason, I think I'm just not as tight as he is in these positions. You're able to do those reversal techniques of getting to those crucifix positions and then attacking guillotines and the back, so you're able to stay on top even though it's the same move. So he has some really interesting counters to these positions, and I think he's also a little less insistent that he'll fall back. And then I made a mistake here. I should have probably put that arm underneath. I thought I'd be able to get a double underhook and then the round ends. Some really nice work from Matt. Obviously we talked a little bit about how those changing of levels leads to the back if you're smart. Working on a little reverse Kimura here stuff into the guillotine, just something I'll always do. And then something that is really amazing is your Darce defense. So you do a really good job shutting down any Darce attacks, and then I have to do a lot of really traditional passing, and I can't really do any fancy stuff anymore. I have to be super fundamental. And then the escapes, getting to turtle, is really working for you. So I think that's one thing that in the future will work really well, is getting to this turtle position and then fighting from here. So some Excellent work. Just used a little strength to get a little cow catcher. Some really good escapes. All of the low-hanging fruit of submissions are gone, so now I have to be kind of creative. Went with a little triangle here. Maybe if I sat back it would have been tighter, but I don't like to give up position. So another good sprawl and then right into the front headlock. Awesome pressure here. I had to really fight here, and then you ended up in a great spot. Some really good positional pressure today. I had to use a little bit of strength just to get to your legs. And then that was a really nice attempt at the Kimura. I just overpowered you there. It's tough. And then some really nice work escaping. No giving up. Some good pressure here from me, but some good toughness and then getting away. Making sure you're not giving up. Awesome work. One thing immediately notice is how aesthetic Felipe's jiu-jitsu is, just with the inverting and then getting to these really nice spots. Just an amazing little armbar there. Great control. He could have popped his hips, but he wanted to keep going. Such good flexibility, you know. He's able to get basically his entire thigh into his armpit, and then he's able to spin really effectively. Just awesome, really pretty jiu-jitsu and really hard to stop. Amazing little teleportation to the back, and then just a nice little combination back take to the finish. This whole sequence was really awesome, just showing that Felipe has a really solid technical half guard, using a lot of pressure, no wasted movement, nice little leg ride, just sticking chest to chest, crushing pressure. Just really, really technical from half guard to the back, and then the crucifix. So there was a moment there that you could have probably Peterson rolled, but he's got a good counter to that as well. Nice little escape. So when you get caught in these kind of middle positions here, don't be afraid to turn in and pull guard. So there was a moment where you could have shot your leg around back and got that inside leg in, but it's tough because he has pressure on top. So really good trying to get the initiative with that single leg, but ultimately you can be a little more aggressive Also, don't be afraid of when you know the position's not right, to start looking to escape and recover guard. So the snap down is what I'm going to be going for a lot more, because you can't posture up and take your leg to sprawl at the same time. So for takedowns, that was my one clean takedown, but then you reversed it pretty easily there off camera. And then just this awesome move here, floating out into side control. Maybe I could have turned into turtle a little bit better, but that was such a nice little pass. Some nice armbar work, and then a beautiful little get up, just using a little bit of strength there, and then I know I'm kind of in a safe position, working my way back into half guard. And then honestly, when you see me in a bad position, you should just expect Eduardo's game. It's just so effective at getting to a good position for me. Probably the best sequence of the day for me, the closest I got to a guard pass, that Khabib style pass of locking your legs. Probably should have been a little bit more patient, or actually I should have gone up a little bit faster, should have been less patient. And then you get to a really nice position here, getting that leg free. And then again, this is the closest I got, pulling on that leg, a little over under pass, but ultimately you get your guard back. And then as soon as you get your guard back, you shoot this kind of reverse triangle. I have to address it enough where you off balance, and then you get that amazing sweep. So one thing about Eduardo's game is that you need to be able to address the crucifix really well, and that is the natural enemy of his position. So for here, I was a little too concentrated on the finish, that I didn't pummel my legs correctly. I think if I had pummeled my legs in the right place, then I would have been able to pass here. But then I ditch out of that position. I go for a leg lock, which doesn't end good for me, even though I initiated. I should probably be a little more aggressive. I think if I get the right pressure here, I'll be able to finish, but I had it on the wrong side, so I pummeled back here on this side. But that inversion, I have to do something about that inversion. I'm gonna have to think of some ways to stop it. I think I really just have to be heavy on your hips and don't let you get your leg over, then pass, then maybe do a howdy to get that pressure off. But it's so effective. I was actually really worried when we first started training leg locks that you were going to get good at that inverting. And even though it's over that one leg, it's so consistent, and you know the counters, the leg lock counters from there anyway. So some good defense. I think what I need to do from now on is just not pursue the Darce with you anymore. The Darce defense is good, and then you re-guard from there. So I think I just need to collapse you down to side control more often and then attack the back. But you're doing a good job turtling, and I think that's the main thing that'll help you in the future, is that really aggressive turtle. It'll get you out of a lot of situations. So with me and you will no longer see me being lazy with my guard here. That just really made it so that you passed with very little pressure exerted on you. So I had to go into my half guard series, again using a little wrestle up. Probably need to do that earlier. Don't want to get out of bad positions, just work good ones. But that was an amazing pass. And it really is a little thing where I can't be lazy on guard anymore because you will pass. And that was a very smooth pass. So you can already see me start to employ a more back take strategy, trying to pass your guard instead of front headlock. Darce, good work everybody. See you next week.